Hello everyone, I am April Thomas, the CEO for the Realtor Association of Prince William, and today we are back with another affiliate that we're going to interview, and it is Heidi Marine, who is counsel for Ekko Title. So thank you for being with us today, Heidi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, thank you. So I would like to start with you telling us a little bit about yourself as well as Ekko Title.
Sure. So as you said, I'm Heidi Marine. I am the settlement attorney for the Ekko Title office in Woodbridge. I went to law school at George Mason. I graduated in 2008, and I practiced divorce law in Fairfax for about 7 years. I did litigation there, and then in 2015 I started with Ekko Title, and it's been great ever since. Ekko Title started in 2008, and we started with just one office in Fredericksburg, and now we have 8 offices. We just opened a 9th office actually in Middleburg, Virginia, and as I said, I'm with the Woodbridge office.
So thank you, Heidi, for that introduction. We are going to go through some common questions that you get related to title and closing. And in your introduction, you mentioned divorce law. So one of the common questions is, what do I do if my sellers are in the middle of a divorce? How does that work?
Yep, so unfortunately, divorces are very common. My first suggestion is always to speak to both of the parties, see if they have entered into what's called a property settlement agreement. So a situation where they've already agreed as to what needs to happen regarding the distribution of assets in the divorce. If they've already reached that agreement, that's great. That's really ideal, because then there is something on paper that's enforceable by a court if anybody decides to disagree during the listing process. So if they don't already have the property settlement agreement, I usually suggest to the listing agent that the parties go back to their divorce attorney and try to reach an agreement just regarding the real estate itself. So even if they still want to argue about the retirement, the different assets that they have other than the real estate, they can certainly leave that separate. But if they can reach an agreement just regarding what they're going to do with the real estate, if they're going to sell it and split the proceeds, or if there's other ways that they want to handle it, then at least it's on paper and it's done, so there's no issue. While the property is on the market, if somebody decides, oh, now I don't want to sell it, no, you've already entered into an agreement and it's in writing and enforceable. Also, if the parties have already gone to court, if they have a final divorce decree in place, that's great. Again, the divorce is already done in that situation, so we would just need a copy of that so we know who's getting what out of the real estate, but that's not always possible. It takes a really long time to get divorced sometimes, so usually we're dealing with it when we're more in the preliminary stages. So we can definitely help to coach them through that in those tough situations.
Okay, so what I heard there is agreement, get everything in writing.
Yes, yes, that is perfect.
All right, very good. This one is a tough topic for a lot of our agents as well. What happens when you have a family that is selling the home of a deceased relative?
Yes, so as you said, also a very difficult situation. Usually in that scenario, when the family comes to the listing agent, they are wondering who is it that actually needs to sign the listing agreement, the contract of sale, all of the documents for the closing. And so our first step is just to pull a copy of the last deed so we know who was on the title to the property. And then once we know that, we need to find out if the person had a will or if they didn't have a will. If they did have a will, then we need to find out if the will was actually filed in the land records. If it hasn't been filed, then we need to get it filed. And the named executor in the will needs to qualify as executor with the probate court. And then if there's no will, then they need to file what's called a list of heirs. So that's where the document just lists out all of their heirs at law, whether it's their kids or their nieces and nephews, aunts and uncles, whoever is their closest relatives usually. So once they do that, then it's smooth sailing because we've identified exactly who are the owners and who will need to sign the listing agreement, the contract, and all of the sales documents.
Awesome. Thank you for that. All right. So last question I have for you, which if I were a betting gal, I'm sure you get it all the time. Why do I need title insurance?
Yes, I do get that question a lot. So I usually simplify it to two main scenarios that come up a lot as title claims. So two things that title insurance would protect a buyer against that we see come up over and over again are fraud and forgery and estate issues. So fraud and forgery is a situation where maybe someone forged a deed or forged a power of attorney to then use that to sign a deed. We do a title search, of course, and we are not going to insure a title if it looks like it's clear. But a forgery is something that we cannot tell from the title search. It looks like you signed it, but it could have been Megan that signed it on, pretending to be you. So that is something that can cause a clear break in the chain and cause you to lose ownership of the property that you just paid all of this money for. So that's a huge reason to get title insurance. The second thing has to do with estate issues. So just like we talked about, a lot of times people die owning property, and more common than you would think, people die, let's say they have 4 children, right? And 3 of the kids don't really like the 4th kid. They will go to the probate court and fill out all the paperwork and leave that 4th sibling out for whatever reason. And their interest is outstanding. It's still out there no matter what happens. Even if it's sold to you, you paid money for it, that person still has a claim against that property. So just like with any type of insurance, you don't really want it until you need it, and then you can't get enough of it.
Absolutely.
But with real estate especially, usually it's your biggest asset. You're paying all of this money, so you want to make sure that you've got solid coverage for your title if there was ever an issue like that.
Thank you, Heidi, and we will see you next time.